In this practice, we're going to work a little bit more on embodiment. We're going to go through some simple movements just to explore movement and how that makes us feel. So I'm going to offer some suggestions for how you might move your body, but you are welcome to take my suggestions and then do whatever feels good in your body today. You can make them a little bit more strong. You can go a little faster, a little slower. You could even just hold positions rather than doing the flowing kind of movements that I'm going to go through. So please take my suggestions as suggestions and do what is useful and good for you today. We'll start seated, and you can sit up on a pillow or on a chair or something like that. I'm fortunate to have a very thick kind of squishy mat here, so you might put a couple of towels even down to give yourself a nice supportive place to sit comfortably. And then close your eyes if that is comfortable for you, or just maybe look down at the floor. And take a few moments to arrive physically and mentally, choosing to bring your attention into the present moment, into how you are feeling right now. Begin to feel your breath flowing in and out. As you are comfortable, starting to invite the breath to be a little bit slower and a little bit deeper. We'll begin by bringing to mind an opportunity for compassion. Think of a situation in your life that is difficult, that is causing you stress or anxiety right now. Call that situation to mind and give yourself permission to feel the discomfort in your body, in your mind, in your emotions. Give yourself permission to feel. Fully experience this difficult situation and label it as suffering. Allow yourself to feel this moment for what it really is and to call it what it is. Now recall that suffering is part of being a human. It is part of life. It is something that every living creature experiences. And now adopt a compassionate self-touch with your hands resting over your heart or anywhere else that feels comfortable. And use this opportunity to speak to yourself with kindness. Simply inviting in a sense of self-compassion, or speaking to yourself in the way that you need to right now to experience kindness and compassion for yourself and this difficult situation that you are experiencing. Allow the sensation of suffering and the sensation of compassion to both be a part of your experience at the same time. And we'll start with a few movements here in a seated position just to warm up and to check in with the body. So the first thing we'll do are some circles. So with your inhale, let your body start to circle forward. And as you exhale, let your body circle back. And keep going like this, inhaling, circling forward, exhaling, circling back. Feeling how the weight shifts on your hips, noticing how this feels in your back. And you can keep this quite small and keep your spine fairly straight up and down. Or you can make it a little bit bigger and a little bit more fluid, maybe moving your ribs or your shoulders a little bit more. Just whatever feels nice right now. And when you're ready, change directions. Continuing to do a full breath per circle. And if you tend to want to rush things a little bit, see if you can slow down a little here. There's no rush, nowhere to be, nothing to get to. Focus on just moving in order to feel what that movement feels like. Take at least one more breath like this. And then make your way back to sit tall as you're ready. Now we'll do a little bit of movement focused on the chest and the shoulders. And you can again make it as big or as small as you like. With your inhale, shrug your shoulders down and back, lift your chest. As you exhale, round your back, shrug your shoulders forward, tuck your chin. So inhale, arch your back, stretch across your chest. Gently squeeze the shoulder blades together in the back. And then exhale, round, bring the shoulders forward, letting the shoulder blades broaden and stretch in the back. And keep going just like this, really focusing on the upper back and on the neck and the chest, places that can hold a lot of stress. And just very gently moving those. Again, not trying to do anything in particular, just notice what it feels like to do this movement. And if you want to, you can even make it a little bigger, letting your arms kind of flow along with you if that feels nice. If not, just continue to hold on to your legs. And do a couple more full breaths. And then when you are ready, please take your time coming to a tabletop position. So come to your hands and knees. And if you like, you can always get a little extra cushion underneath your knees or underneath your hands. And set up a good foundation with wrists about underneath your shoulders, knees about underneath your hips. And we're going to do a similar forward and back movement to what we were just doing, but this one may be a little bit more focused on the back and the hips. So inhale where you are. Glide forward just a little bit. And then exhale, round your back. Shift your hips back towards your heels. Start to lower your head down towards the mat. Inhale as you come forward. And exhale as you shift back. Continue like this at your own breath pace. So inhaling as you come to the tabletop. Exhaling as you shift your hips back. And again, this is kind of the basic movement. You can stick with this, or you might make it more your own. Sometimes I like to shift my hips side to side with this movement. Sometimes I like to make it more of a circular movement. So just whatever you are feeling, continue to follow your breath. Continue to do what your body feels is comfortable. So part of what we're doing with this practice too is learning how to work with the body. Instead of telling the body what to do, ask the body what it wants, and then do that. And notice how your body responds to you when you move in that way. Take about 1 or 2 more full breaths like this. And then make your way back to your hands and knees. And you might take a little pause here to roll your wrists or to roll your feet on your ankles. And know that you can always come onto your fists too if your wrists start getting tired of being in this position. So from here, we're going to do a little bit of rotation. So keep your left hand grounded. Take the weight off of your right hand. And as you inhale, reach your right arm out and up. And then as you exhale, reach that right hand around towards your left shoulder. And continue like that. Inhale, reaching up, opening. Exhaling, reaching around. Going just as far into this as feels good for your body. And again, you can make it a little bit more fluid. Maybe you like to circle your arm instead. Maybe you want to take 2 breaths per movement. There are not a lot of wrong answers here, as long as you are moving mindfully with your breath. Let's do about 2 more on this side. And then make your way back to your neutral hands and knees position. Maybe pausing to roll your shoulders or move through your head and neck. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale to wrap around. And continue like that with your breath. Again, listening to what your body might need. And responding to whatever you hear. Making the movement work for you and for your body today. About 2 more breaths like this. When you're ready, returning to neutral. And then walk your hands back so that you can come up onto your knees. And step 1 foot out to the side. So you're coming into kind of a sideways lunge, sort of. And then lean over towards this side so you're resting your elbow on your knee. But then try to draw your opposite shoulder back so that you're kind of opening with your shoulders in line with your knee. Now you can just stay here and hold this position. Or if you like, you can reach your opposite arm up and over, coming into a side bend or side stretch. Or if you want to get a little bit more movement for the neck and shoulders, you might inhale here, reaching up and looking forward. And then as you exhale, bend your elbow and look down behind your shoulder. So inhale to reach up and look forward. Exhale to look down and bend your elbow down and back. And take about 3 more breaths like this. And then when you're ready, slowly change sides. So relax your arm down. Step your other foot out to the side. Get settled here, feeling nice and stable in your legs, standing tall. And then lean over into the elbow and open your chest so that your shoulders come in line with your knee. And then option just to stay here or to reach your arm up and over, or to find that dynamic movement, inhaling here, exhaling to look down and bend the elbow down and back. And do a few more breaths like that at your pace. Last breath here. When you're ready, relax your arms. Come back to both knees. And rest your hands on your low back, or maybe on the top of your glutes, like you're trying to put your hands in your back pockets. And reach your elbows back, open across your chest. And this might be enough sensation for you, enough for your breath. Or you might start to lean back into this a little bit or a lot. Elbows heavy, shoulders opening, supporting with the front of your body, so drawing your low belly in and breathing. As you're ready, tuck your chin and slowly return to your hands and knees. Again, pause for a little bit of wrist movement or neck movement, anything that you like. And now we're going to go into a little bit of a stronger flow. So if you're having more of a low energy day today, you can just come back to that movement we were doing earlier, inhaling at hands and knees, exhaling hips back towards heels. If you're feeling a little stronger, want to do a little bit more work, then come into a knees down plank. So knees behind the hips, shoulders over the wrists. Find a nice strong line of activation from your knees through the crown of your head. Inhale here. And as you exhale, tuck your toes under and then move your hips back towards your heels. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, lift your hips up and back, coming into what we call downward facing dog. Now you can keep your knees quite bent here, or you can start to straighten your legs. With your next inhale, come forward into a plank. Lower your knees, exhale. Inhale to lengthen. And then exhale, hips back towards heels. We'll go through these movements a few more times. So inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, pause here. Inhale, come forward into a plank. Exhale, lower your knees. Inhale here. Exhale, hips back. Let's go through 2 more times. So inhale, downward facing dog. Stay as you exhale, lengthening up and back. Inhale, come forward, lengthening from your heels to your head. Exhale, slowly lower your knees. Inhale here. Exhale, hips back. 1 more time. Inhale to downward facing dog. Stay as you exhale. Inhale for your plank. Exhale, lower your knees. Inhale here. Exhale, untuck your toes. Bring your hips all the way back towards your heels. And you can take your knees a little wider here if you like. We're going to come and stay in child's pose. So hips back towards heels. Head can rest on your hands. Or if it's comfortable, the head can rest all the way down on the floor. Pause here and breathe. Maybe feeling a little bit of warmth in the body. Maybe feeling the heart rate a little higher. Notice what sensations have arisen, both physically and emotionally. And then as you're ready, very slowly come onto your back. So kind of come to your side and then lay down, or roll onto your back. And rest your hands either above your head if that is comfortable, or they can come more out by your sides. And with your knees bent, feet on the mat, take a nice inhale. And as you exhale, lower both knees over towards one side, any amount. Inhale your knees to the center. Exhale over the other way. And continue like that, slowly rocking side to side. Noticing what sensations come up in the hips or the back. Maybe even noticing the kind of effect of the movement all the way up into the chest or the shoulders. Feeling the whole body connected from the feet, through the legs, through the torso, into the chest, all the way into the arms. As you feel about balanced in both directions, come back to neutral and carefully hug your knees in closer to your body. Maybe holding on with your hands at your knees or your thighs. And you can just hug your legs in towards your body, or maybe take a little gentle rock side to side. Or maybe even move the knees around in circles. Continuing with your good, slow breaths. Noticing what you feel and giving yourself permission to feel it. We'll transition now into a time of meditation. So if you are more comfortable, you're welcome to remain here. I'm going to come up to sit. So if you choose to sit, again, feel free to support yourself in any way so that you can sit comfortably with as little effort as possible. Now, please remember again the experience of suffering you considered earlier. Allow yourself to remember how that felt, what was said, or the details of what happened. Who was involved? What was unique about the situation? What fears do you still have for the future? How does it feel in your body to remember that pain? Where do you feel the sensations in your body? What does that sensation feel like? Where in your body do you crave a sense of comfort? And now move your hands to those places, or to your heart, or to your face, to the places that allow you to feel safe and grounded and affirmed in your humanity. Feel the physical connection between your hands and your body. Feel the warmth. Recall that all humans suffer and that all living creatures experience pain. You are not alone, even when you are just with yourself. As you are ready, move into a comfortable, relaxed position, maybe laying on your back or laying face down on your belly. Allow yourself time to transition and to settle. Allow your body to feel safe and supported. Allow yourself to remain aware of the experience of suffering, but also bring awareness to the sensation of comfort and relaxation in the body. Give yourself permission to soften more, to relax and rest even more. Experiencing the sensation of comfort and rest, inviting in compassion and kindness for yourself, even as you remember and experience suffering. Remember and experience compassion. Say to yourself, may I feel safe. May I be free from harm. May I live happily and at ease. Experience the sensation of kindness and rest within your body. Intentionally remembering what it feels like as you rest here. Good. Very slowly, as you are ready, begin to conclude this practice for yourself. Taking your time, bringing movement and awareness back into your body with the same sense of kindness and compassion. Being patient with your body as it transitions from a still state into a movement state. Begin to feel forward into what comes next, into the rest of your day, remembering how you feel now, and remembering that moments of stress or suffering are moments to foster compassionate mindfulness, to connect to our common humanity, and opportunities to speak to yourself with kindness.